Brodie Brazil here to recap Game 43 on the season. The Sharks and Kings both coming into this one with 45 points, and both holding that pair of wild card playoff spots in the Western Conference for now as well. It was also the final head-to-head meeting of this regular season between these two teams, and for the first time in a long time, feeling not so far-fetched that they could actually meet up again in this postseason. Let's get to the highlights from Los Angeles. Pre-game now on the Sharks bench, and some of the assistants wearing those Aldrich shirts. That's to honor Sharks head equipment manager Mike Aldrich, who's working this, his 2,500th professional game, and who is also retiring at the end of this season after 30 years with the Sharks. He's one of the behind-the-scenes backbones of this organization. Congrats to you, Mikey Aldrich, on everything. Inside the room, and as much as we know him and love him as Uncle Tyler these days, Toffoli was drafted by these Kings in 2010 and then won a cup with them in 2014, and he would contribute against them, as you're about to see. One last thing, remember it's the Sharks' Dads and Mentors trip. They saw a win against Columbus just last night in San Jose, and now on the road in SoCal getting to cheer on their kids as they take the ice. You know, these family-type trips, always a special moment, a great tradition around hockey, and especially all the way to the NHL. It's always a little more subconscious pressure, though, to win these games in front of the loved ones. As for the first period, the Sharks did generate some chances of their own, but the biggest story were these great stops by Yaroslav Askarov. His prior start was that frustrating, lopsided loss to the Bolts back on Saturday. So good to see number 30 bounce back in typical ASCII fashion. The first 20 were highlighted by a late penalty kill that went flawless for the Sharks. Some good looks here for Los Angeles. They ended up outshooting San Jose 8-6 in the first frame, but Askarov was engaged and perfect early on. You know, sometimes through the course of a season, players go through these hot streaks, but in the case of Alex Wennberg lately, it kind of looks more like a streak of confidence. He's been playing such a patient and poised game in the last few weeks, all while getting that affirming news that he'd be representing Team Sweden at the Olympics and contractually staying in San Jose till 2029. It was a confident play that got Wennberg his 400th NHL assist. Here on the power play, the Celebrini wrister is going to get knocked down and end up fluttering right in front of Wenny. And you got to see the replay here as Wennberg went between the legs. No look. That's where Toffoli was waiting on the back doorstep. That's Tyler's 11th on the season, and one of the easier ones he's cashed in on lately, all because of that great setup by Alex Wennberg. Coming off the Olympic news and the contract news, and also that three-point outing last game against his old team. Wenny and Toffoli have San Jose up 1-0, 4:10 into the middle frame. But the third try was a charm for the Kings about 7 minutes later. Los Angeles wins a draw. Kevin Fiala gets one look from a distance, and then another chance on the long rebound. Eventually, Alex Turcotte able to get it on his tape. The spin, the shot, all in one motion. And Askarov saw a lot of pucks there in a short time span. Kings make it 1-0, and this game stays that way until the end of 40 minutes. And as we mentioned before, right now, these are two playoff hopeful teams, playing in a hard-nosed, defensive-minded playoff-type game against each other. Now, the Kings have been to 4 straight playoffs with respective first-round exits, so for the Sharks, who haven't been to the second season in a while, these kind of games and nights and experiences and tests are great preparation, should San Jose get back to that kind of spot in the upcoming spring. Third period, the Sharks using the power play to their advantage and depth scoring to their advantage once again. Second unit out there with Macklin still on the ice. Tim Liljegren's one-timer has the hockey god, Adam Gaudette, perfectly screening and tipping out front of Darcy Kemper. What a nice statement for the Sharks to make here, capitalizing on the man advantage and capitalizing early in the third period. San Jose takes this lead, but not for long. Back at even strength, Kevin Fiala brings the puck from out behind the Sharks' cage. It goes out to the perimeter for a bit, but once this rebound comes off the inboards, it's kind of like a pinball out front. Hard for Askarov to see Kevin Fiala, who actually snuck right back in the scrum and buries his 16th on the season. All of this is 62 seconds after the Sharks took that lead, so we go into the final half of the third period still tied at 2. And the Kings actually never had a lead in this game until 2:10 left on the clock. The LA point shot here gets deflected in the slot Takes that long rebound out to Joel Edmondson on the left point. Alex Laferriere able to put a stick blade out on it in front, and somehow it beats ASCII blocker side. And the vibes right now aren't great. Too good of a game to end like this, right? It's 3-2. But things are about to change. Macklin Celebrini here with less than 70 seconds left on the clock. A one-man wrecking crew. Watch him walk it in from the blue line. The dangles, the dekes, and that wrister to beat Darcy Kemper. How about this kid in the clutch? It extends his point streak to 12 games in a row. Sure, but this is all about the team, though, in this moment. Tying the game back up at 3. How did you think the dads and mentors are going to be reacting up in the suite? Yeah, exactly like this. Exactly what you'd expect. What a special thing and moment for Macklin and his dad, Rick. But oh yeah, we're not done in this game. To overtime, and nobody does it better than Randy Hahn.
Kempe still with it, leads it. Celebrini, it's caught in the linesman's skates, but he's got it. 2-on-1 with Eklund. Macklin, the pass. They score! The Sharks do it! They beat the Kings here in LA. Celebrini to Eklund in overtime. It's over.
Just when you think Macklin has done it all, he does it again.
That's 8 straight overtime wins if you're counting by the Sharks. They certainly have found their way lately in the clutch. Congrats to Macklin for that effort, the takeaway, bringing it up the ice, and the assist. And congratulations to William Eklund for getting the goal and 2 points for the San Jose Sharks. The Sharks' very interesting schedule continues in 2 ways. Tonight was the first of 4 consecutive back-to-back sequences. Sure, there are some off days in between those games, but 8 straight in back-to-back fashion is unique. It's never actually happened to the franchise before. Also this, after the upcoming weekend at home, the Sharks are then on the road for 9 out of 10, and then after that, off for 3 weeks with the Olympic break.